Let's look at destroyed in Judges through 2nd Chronicles. So let's go to Judges 1, and we want 17. And Judah went with Simeon, his brother, and they slew the Canaanites that inhabited Zephath, and utterly destroyed it. And the name of the city was called Hormaiah. Let's go to chapter 4, and we want 24. And the hand of the children of Israel prepared and prevailed against Jabin, the king of Canaan, until they had destroyed Jabin, king of Canaan. Let's go to chapter 6, and we want 3 and 4. And so it was, when Israel had shown that the Midianites came up, and the Amorites, and the children of the east, even they camped up against them. And they encamped against them, and destroyed the increase of the earth, till thou come to Gaza, and left no substance for Israel, neither sheep, nor ox, nor ass. Let's go to chapter 20, and we want 21 through 25. And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Geba, and destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites that day 22,000 men. And the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves, and set their battle again in array, and place where they put themselves in array the first day. And the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening, and asked counsel of the Lord, saying, Shall I go up against a battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother? And the Lord said, Go up against him. And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth against them out of Geba the second day, and destroyed down to the ground of the children of Israel again 18,000 men, all those that drew the sword. Let's skip down to 35. And the Lord smote Benjamin before Israel, and the children of Israel destroyed out of Benjamin that day 25,100 men, all those that drew the sword. Let's skip on down to 42. Therefore they turned their backs before the men of Israel and took away of the wilderness, but the battle overtook them, and them which came out of the cities they destroyed in the midst of them. Let's go to 21, and we want 16 and 17. Then the elders of the congregation said, How shall we do for wives for them that remaineth, seeing the women are destroyed out of Benjamin? And they said, There must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel. Let's go to 1 Samuel, we want 5 and 6. But the hand of the Lord was heavy upon them of Ashdod, and he destroyed them, and smote them with emeroids, and even Ashdod, and the coast thereof. Emeroids or hemorrhoids. Let's go to 15, and we want 8 and 9. And he took Agag, the king of the Amorites, alive, and utterly destroyed them, all the people, with the edge of the sword. But Saul and the people spared Agag, and the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and of the farlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile, and refused that they destroyed utterly. Let's go on down to 14 and 15. And Samuel said, What meaneth then this battling of the sheep of mine ear, and the lowing of the oxen which I hear? And Saul said, They have brought them from the anarchists, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. And he was supposed to destroy them too. Let's go on down to 19 through 21. Wherefore, When didst thou not obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoils, and didst evil in the sight of the Lord? And Saul said unto Samuel, Yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and I have gone the way which the Lord sent me. I have brought Agag, the king of Amorite, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people took other spoils, sheep, ox, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal. Let's go to 2 Samuel, and we want 11 and 1. And it came to pass, after the years was expired, at the time when king go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servant with him, and all of Israel. And they destroyed the children of Ammon, and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. Let's go to 21, and we want 5 and 6. And they answered the king, the man that consumed us, that they divided against us, that we should be destroyed from the remaining in any of the coast of Israel, that 7 men of his son be delivered unto us, and we will hang them up unto the Lord in Gabaa of Saul, whom the Lord did choose. And the king said, I will give them. Bad. Let's go to 22, and we want 38. I have pursued mine enemies, and destroyed them, and turned not again until I had consumed them. Let's go to 24, and we want 16. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, the Lord repented him of his evil, and said to the angel that destroyed the people, It is enough, stay now thy hand. And the angel of the Lord was by the threshing place of Uriah the Jebusite. Let's go to 1 Kings 15 and verse 13. And also Maacah his mother, even her he removed from being queen, because she had made an idol in a grove. And Asa destroyed her idol, and burnt it by the brook Cabron. Let's go to 29 and 30. And it came to pass, when he reigned, that he smote all the house of Jeroboam. He left not to Jeroboam any that breatheth, until he had destroyed them, according unto the saying of the Lord, which he spoke by his servant Ahijah the Shilonite, because of the sin of Jeroboam, which he sinned, and which he made Israel sin, by his provocation, wherewith he provoked the Lord God of Israel to anger. Let's go to 2 Kings, and we want 10 and 17. And when he came to Samaria, he slew all that remained unto Ahab in Samaria, till he had destroyed them, according to the saying of the Lord, which he spoke to Elijah. Let's go to 11 and 1. And when Athaliah, the mother of Ahazah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the seed royal. Let's go to 13, and we want verse 7. Neither did he leave of the people of Jehoshaphat but 50 horsemen, and 10 chariots, and 10,000 footmen, for the king of Syria had destroyed them, and had made them like the dust by the threshing. Let's go to chapter 19 in 2 Kings, and we want verse 12. Having the gods of the nations deliver from which my fathers had destroyed, as Gashan and Horan and Zerezepha and the children of Eden, which were in Tel the Laser. Let's go over to 17 and 18. Of a truth, Lord, the king of Asia, had destroyed the nations and their lands, and have cast their gods into the fire. For they were no gods, but the works of man's hand, wood and stone. Therefore, they have destroyed them. Let's go to 21, and we want verse 3. For he built up again the high places which Hezekiah his father had destroyed, and he roared up altars for Baal, and made a grove, and did Ahab the king of Israel, and worshipped all the host of heaven, and served them. Let's go on down to 9. But they hearkened not, and Manasseh succeeded them to do more evil than did the nations whom the Lord destroyed before the children of Israel. Let's go to 1 Chronicles. We want 4 and 41. And these written by names came in the days of Hezekiah king of Judah, and smote their tents, and the inhabitants that were found there, and destroyed them utterly unto this day, and dwelt in their room, because there was no pasture there for their flock. Let's go to chapter 5 and verse 25. And they transgressed against the God of their fathers, and went a-whoring after the gods of the people of the land, whom God destroyed before them. Let's go to chapter 20 and verse 1. And it came to pass that after the year was expired, at the time of the kings go out to battle, Joab leapt forth the power of the army, and wasted the country of the children of Ammon, and came and besieged Ramoth. But David tarried at Jerusalem, and Joab smote Ramoth and destroyed it. Let's go to 21, and we want 12 through 15. Either 3 years famine, or 3 months to be destroyed before the foe, while that the sword of thy enemy overtake thee, or else 3 days the sword of the Lord, even the pestilence in the land, and the angel of the Lord destroying throughout all the coast of Israel. Now therefore advise thyself what word I shall bring again unto him that sent me. And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strife. Let me fall now into the hands of the Lord, for very great are his mercies, but let me not fall into the hand of man. So the Lord sent pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And God sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it. And he was destroying. The Lord beheld, and he repented of him the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed it, It is enough, stay now thy hand. And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Aram the Jebusite. Let's go to 2 Chronicles, and we want 14 and 13. And Asa and the people that were with him pursued unto them Geor, and the Ethiopians were overthrown, that they would not recover themselves. For they were destroyed before the Lord and before his host, and they carried away very much spoil. Let's go to 15, and we want verse 6. And nations will destroy of nations, and cities of cities, for God did vex them with all adversity. Let's go to 20, and we want 10 and 11. And now, behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Shur, whom thou wouldest not let Israel invade, when they came out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say, how they reward us to come to cast us out of thy possession, which thou hast given us to inherit. Let's stay in 2 Chronicles and we're at 22 and 10. But when Ahaziah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the royal seed of the house of Judah. Let's go to 31 and verse 1. Now when all this was finished, all of Israel that present went out to the cities of Judah, and broke the image in pieces, and cut down the groves, and threw down the high places and the altars out of all Judah and Benjamin, and Ephraim also and Manasseh, until they had utterly destroyed them all. Then all the children of Israel returned, every man to his possession and to their own cities. Let's go to chapter 32 and verse 14. Who was there among all the gods of those nations that my father utterly destroyed, that could deliver his people out of my hand, that your God should be able to deliver you out of my hand? Let's go to 33 and verse 9. So Manasseh made Judah and the inhabitants of Judah to err, and to do worse than the heathen, whom the Lord had destroyed before the children of Israel. Let's go to chapter 34 and 10 and 11. And they put it in the hand of the workmen that had the oversight of the house of the Lord, and they gave it to the workmen that wrought in the house of the Lord, to repair and to amend the house. Even to the artifacts and the builders gave they it, to buy hewn stone and timber for compiling, and to floors the house which the king of Judah had destroyed. Let's go to 36 and 19. And they burnt the house of God, and broke down the walls of Jerusalem, and burnt all the places thereof with fire, and destroyed all the goodly vessels thereof. There is a whole lot of definitions and the strongest concordance to all these that I'm going to be doing in the Old Testament. So please watch out for all the Strong's Concordance, because I'm going to give them at the very end of everything. I'm going to give them all in one tutorial or in one video, however y'all want to look at it.